What's up YouTube, this is Spade here with another black and white battle, and this time against JonasGrapas, who is actually a really cool guy cause he's one of the few people who dares to use something different. And this was pretty interesting battle cause yeah, he's using some original shit, and well, I'm using a semi-horish team. Well, mainly there's Natore, who was a bitch, but it actually got what it deserved during this battle. So anyways, let's get it started. He leads off with the Zuruzuking and I lead off with Weezing. And I'm gonna set up a stockpile on the switch as he goes into his Kokoromori. And I don't really want to stay in and take a psychic to the face, so I'm gonna switch out into my bitch Natore, who can pretty much take whatever he has. And since he's Kokoromori is really fast, I'm gonna use Gyro Ball, but he decides to withdraw and go into his Sceptile, which is really fast as well, so my Gyro Ball will do a lot, and I know he's gonna go with the Hidden Power Fire most likely. That's the only reason why he would switch into this Sceptile in the first place, so I switch back into my Weezing, and then he goes with the Leaf Storm. I was pretty confident that I could take this hit, so I stay in, but he is at the overgrow range, so it actually does quite a lot, but that's okay, because I might be able to Pain Split later on. So anyways, I'm gonna set up a stockpile, because I knew that he would take himself out in the process, because he had Life Orb. And now he goes into his Gardevoir. I don't want to take a Psychic to the face again, so I'm gonna switch out and go back into my Natore. And he does go with the Psychic, so that's great. And I think I'm just gonna lead seed on the switch as he goes into his Zuruzuking. Yes, I do. And I am not really worried about this thing, so I'm gonna switch out again, and I'm gonna go back into my Weezing right after these after-turn effects. Okay, now, so I'm gonna go into Weezing, and he's gonna set up a Dragon Dance, which is great. I'm not really worried, cause the worst thing that he can do to me is probably Crunch, or that's what he probably has most likely, Crunch. So not really worried, and after lead seed I'm getting some health back, and he's gonna Dragon Dance again, and everything goes according to my plan, because I'm gonna use Clear Smoke, which works like haze, but it's an attack which only affects the opponent, so it doesn't affect the whole field. So I can set up with stockpiles, and if something tries to come out and outstall me or set up on me while I'm doing my stockpiles, I can just use Clear Smoke and remove my opponent's stat changes, which is great. Awesome move. So anyways, I'm gonna set up a Toxic on the switch as he goes into his into this Gardevoir, and I'm gonna switch again. Don't wanna take that. Don't want to take the Psychic to the face, but he actually predicts my switch and goes with the Focus Blast on the switch. But I'm not really worried about Focus Blast, because I know I can live one. Because this Natore can take a Hidden Power Fire from Latios. Isn't really that powerful move, because it's a Hidden Power, but it's 4 times super effective, and it doesn't even come close to killing me. So I'm pretty confident that I can live one Focus Blast with ease. So anyways, I'm gonna set up the lead seed again on the switch as he goes into his Kokoromori, and then he switches back into his Zuruzuking, and Gyro Ball does a nice chunk, cause yeah, he's a Dragon Dance set, so he obviously has most likely a lot of speed EVs. Don't really know about Zuruzukings, what kind of EV spreads are they usually having, but anyways, Gyro Ball is a 2-hit KO, and he's not gonna do much with the Drain Punch, especially after my Steel Torn. So Zuruzuking goes down, and he goes back into his Gardevoir, and I'm just gonna protect, just get my lefties and to be a gay douchebag, etc., and also rack up the toxic damage. And you know, after these lefties, I'm pretty sure that I can live one Focus Blast and then use a Gyro Ball to take this thing down, so I'm just gonna stay in and not even bother to switch out. But he does get a crit here, which will take me out, but yeah, it's unfortunate, but yeah, Nattore was a bitch, so it deserved to be taken down. So I'm gonna go into my Weezing here, cause I'm at green health, I should be able to take a Focus Blast. So I'm gonna set up another Stockpile on the switch, as he goes back into his Kodomori. And that's a random thing that I do in my walkthrough, so don't mind that. I don't know where it comes from. But anyways, he's gonna Psychic me. His Life Orb, it does a nice chunk, but after the Stockpile I'm able to take it quite okay still. So I'm gonna Toxic this thing, because I don't want him to set up any more Calm Minds or anything before this thing becomes a problem, since I don't have my Nattore anymore. So I'm gonna switch into my Mew, predicting another Psychic, and that's what he does. And he's getting hurt again with the Toxic and the Life Orb, so things are looking great. And at this point I'm just gonna stall him out, see if he has the Shadow Ball, and he does. So I switch into my Blastoise, named after my buddy Chuck TSB, who gave me this set some time ago. It is actually a bit different because I'm actually using a Rapid Spin on this thing, and I'm just gonna use Aqua Jet here because he was at so low health. I get a crit, but I doubt that it mattered because Kodomori is so really frail. So I take him out, and he goes into his Gligar, and he decides to set up some late game Stealth Rocks, as I go with the Toxic, but he has immunity. And objection! I see a contradiction, because Gligar with the Dream Whirl ability can't have Stealth Rocks, which is Generation 4 technical machine. So it actually can't have those both moves. I mean the ability and the Stealth Rocks. But anyways, it's not a big deal. I can deal with this. So I'm gonna go into my Mew, just use Taunt just to shut him down. But I don't know if he predicted that, but he does go with the EQ. But since it's a Gligar, it's not quite powerful, and since he is really bulky with the pre-evolution stone, it doesn't do much to my Mew. And I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp, hoping that if he stays in I get the burns and some residual damage on the Gligar. And also, if Gligar has immunity, it can't have Roost. But I'm not really sure if this Gligar had even had Roost. So, but anyways, I'm gonna switch here into my Blastoise, who is my somewhat special wall. But he does get the Spadif drop on my Blastoise, which kinda sucks, but that's okay. So he decides to withdraw here, and he goes into his Hypno. Haven't really seen that thing in a while. And I'm gonna use Rapid Spin on the switch just to get rid of the rocks again, because I have a Hihidaruma on this team, which doesn't really like the rocks. So also I can force him to use rocks later on again, which might play a big role. So that's always good thing to use Rapid Spin. And he's gonna use Wish as I switch into my Mew, and then I'm gonna taunt him because I don't want him to set up anything like screens or anything. And he does go with the Toxic, so that's good thing to know. This is more like a supportive Hypno. So I'm gonna set up my own rocks, because yeah, late game rocks is pro. And you know, little extra damage is always bad. It's always good. So anyways, I'm gonna transform here. I'm rambling a lot today. Anyways, forgive me. So I'm gonna transform into his Hypno and see what kind of Hypno this is. It actually has what I remember. It has Toxic. Like here, I'm gonna Toxic his Hypno, and he has Wish, and then I believe he had either Reflect or Light Screen. I can't be sure. And then he has one attacking move, which is a Stab Psychic. So it's a I really like this Mew. It's a really good Pokemon to mess with the opponents and see what kind of movesets are they using. So anyways, I'm gonna set up a Wish on the switch as he goes into his Gardevoir, and he's gonna get his Wish. But since he's Toxic, that's only gonna buy him a few extra turns. But yeah, this is a bit stallish part here during this match. So anyways, I'm gonna switch into my Blastoise again. But he predicts that actually and goes with the T-Ball. Didn't really know that he had T-Ball, but yeah, he does. But since I get my Mew's wish, I am able to restore quite a lot of HP. Since my Mew has 404, I'm gonna be able to get wish of 202 HP. That's how wish works. Restores half of the user's health. And anyways, he goes back into his Gligar, and I switch into my Nidoking. I'm really sure if I predict. Oh yeah, I predicted. Since he was locked into, I was sure that he was choice, so that's why I went back into my Nidoking for the first time to absorb the T-Ball, and then possibly Ice Beam the Gligar, but he makes a good switch into his Hypno again, and that Ice Beam was actually crit, so I'm not gonna stay in and take up Psychic, so I'm gonna switch into my Mew again, and he's just gonna set up a wish again. And I think I'm just gonna straight away go with the transform here. Yes, I do. Not gonna even bother to taunt this thing. Don't really care at this point because most of his things are toxic anyway, so don't really mind if I get toxic on my Mew. And he's gonna get his wish as I transform into him, and I think I'm gonna set up a wish here. Because now I have a plan. Yes, he goes with Toxic, he wins the speed tie, cause when I transform I copy all of his stats and EVs that he has, except from my HP. So we are having a speed tie here, and I'm gonna set up a wish, and now I'm gonna switch into my Hihidaruma, knowing that I will get a safe switch in because I have my wish and all. And he ends up making a switch as well, and he goes back into his Gligar. And I'm gonna substitute down, predicting his Stealth Rocks again, and he does go for it. So this is where the Rapid Spin came really handy, because he thought that he would have nothing to fear from my Hihidaruma, but this guy is actually a belly drummer. Oh yeah. This thing has so much raw power. Now the attack stat is like 1 million or something. Couple of thousand at least. So I'm gonna substitute again because my Salac Berry didn't activate. I will have to change this thing's HP stat. But anyways, he's gonna Earthquake me now again. But now I have my Salac Berry, and I will go with the Fire Punch, and like Shofu would say, get hit with all of that. And his Gligar was max HP, max defense with the pre-evolution stone, but it doesn't stand a chance. And in comes Gardevoir, who is actually choiced, but since I have my Salac Berry, I will outspeed him and KO with the Fire Punch. And now his last guy is a Hypno, but I will just use +6 Earthquake to the face, and down goes the Hypno, and that will be the game. And by the way, is Salac Berry officially out yet? Somebody leave a comment. So, good game, JonasGrapas. It was really fun to see some different pokes, so please go check out his channel, link will be in the description. And if there are people who also enjoy originality and like using some never used pokes, and if you would like to, please add me to Skype and challenge me for an original battle. I would really like that, because whoring isn't really that bad, but sometimes I would like to use some different pokes, and I bet that you guys would like that as well. Because yeah, about 90% of my matches have been against somewhat whorish teams. So sometimes I would really like the change. So if there are people who like using some original stuff and would like to battle, please add me to Skype. Name is TheFlamingSpade, naturally. And to the question of the day, some of the English names of the Pokemon have been revealed. Some of the, I think Professor Araragi's name is something really strange, and etc. But the point is, What are your thoughts about the English names released so far? For example, I think Hihidaruma is called now something like Darumitan or something. So please leave your thoughts below, and if you enjoyed this battle, please leave a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time. Spade is out. Peace.